Father God, bless this study, Lord. I pray that this is just so very edifying as we search out the teachers of iniquity. Lord, as we put ourselves onto the threshing floor, I pray that you can examine us and that you can show us, is there any of this within us? Is there anything of this that prevents us from having that relationship with you that you desire us to have? Lord, search our hearts out as we seek to become right tabernacles for you, Lord, so that you can better able use us and be in our lives and give to us that victory we know we have. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
There by the rivers of Babylon, empty, searching, oh Babylon, you're not my home. Lord, I'm so tired and traveling so long. In this desert, I feel my strength is gone. Oh my Lord, deliver me from the rivers of Babylon. I stood there beside the rivers of Babylon. Deep within, my spirit cried for the waters, oh, the flow from you. Oh, I was sinking beneath the waters flow, living in darkness deep within my soul. Oh my Lord, you saved me from the rivers of Babylon. I cried for mercy, for you saved my soul. Deep in my despair, you showed me where I could always go. I won't turn back, oh Lord, you're my only hope. I know now that there's nothing
Alrighty, here we go. We're going to read Genesis 6, 1 through 9. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God and the daughters of men, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. Alright, we're going to look a little closer here at 6 verse 4. Our nifty little interlineary, so we know what it says in Hebrew. Because what's happening here? Giants. There were in the earth in these days, and also after that, when came in the sons of Elohim unto the daughters of Adam, and they bare to them the same mighty men. Let's peep that out. Oh, we can have the guy say it too.
Strong's H 1368. Gibor. Gibor. And the form just below that, Gibor. Gibor.
Nice. The Gibor. The Gibor. Strong, mighty, strong men, brave men, mighty men. Which were of old, men of renown. Let's see what that word giant was.
Strong's H 5303. Naphiel. Naphiel.
Giants. The Nephilim. Properly, a feller, a bully, or tyrant. Giant. What do you suppose they were felling? There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of Adam, and bare children to them. The same became. The mighty men were rich of old, the men of renown. Let's see if we can check this out. Oh boy, my internet's going fast, guys. I just want to point this out right here. They inserted this word became. They did not become mighty men. They were these mighty men, the Gibborim and the Nephilim. I'm not sure why the translators do this. They were paid well, I suppose. So the same became, no they didn't, the same were mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Now we're going to look just a little closer at verse 9. Because those guys were what's going on here with Noah. These, the generations of Noah. Noah, man, just, perfect, was in his generations. With God walked Noah. Let's check this out. What's perfect here? Ooh. Tamim. I'm just gonna try and say that one. I don't gotta roll too many R's for that. Complete, whole, entire sound. Not like a noise sound. Complete, healthful, wholesome, unimpaired. That's a good one. What is complete or entirely in accord with truth and fact? Wow. Noah was unimpaired, complete, whole, in accord with the truth of God. Now we're going to have a look at Psalms 82, 1 through 8. A psalm of Asaph. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. And I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. So was there great big guys? Did they judge unjustly? Sure does feel like it, doesn't it? Especially now that we're sitting here after a thing called the inauguration happened. Now we're going to go over here to Genesis 10, and we're going to have a look at these verses, 1 through 12. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog, and Madai and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And now I'm regretting not having the guy read this. Golly, here I go. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah, and the sons of Japan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Wow. By these were the isles of the Gentiles, divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan, and the sons of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, Sebteka, And the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan, and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, where it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city of Rehoboth, and Calah, and Resen between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. Now we're going to take a look over at Genesis 11. Alright, Genesis 11, 1 through 9. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. And they said, go to, let us build a city, and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore, the name of it is called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Now we're going to jump back here, back to Genesis 10, because in both of those chapters was began and beginned. So we're just going to look at that, because in that first part of Genesis 6, where the translators told us that they began to be mighty ones in the earth, we saw that that was inserted there. They didn't become, they were. They were Gibborim and Nephilim. They were. And God destroyed them in the flood. So now here after the flood, we're going to take a look at, here in Genesis 10, we're going to look at verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth. So we're just going to look at this verse here real quick, a little deeper. Alright. So when Cush begat, and we see in here our nifty little olive top, Jesus is so involved in so much. It's really neat. Nimrod, he began to be a mighty one in the earth. So we're going to look at this word, began. Oh, we can have the guy read it too.
Strong's H 2490. Halal. Halal.
Hallel. Oh boy. To profane, defile, pollute, and desecrate. And on the end there it just says begin. Nepal. To profane oneself, defile oneself, pollute oneself, ritually, sexually, to be polluted and defiled. To profane, make common, defile, pollute, violate the honor of, dishonor, violate a covenant. To treat as common, to profane the name of God. To let be profane, to begin, to be begun. Interesting, sort of beginning, huh? Bore through, pierce, bore, to pierce, to be slain, to wound, pierce, to be wounded, to play the flute or pipe. Huh. Oh, prostitute is one of these words. Break. That's an interesting one right there. Pollute. Wounded. Bore. To wound, to dissolve, profane. To break one's word. Very interesting. And this is somehow what begin means. When I came across this, I felt really dumb. I clearly don't even know what begin even means. So let's try this again. And Cush begat Nimrod. Nimrod defiled himself. He polluted himself. He did something to himself to be a mighty one in the earth. He didn't just wake up one morning and decide, you know what, I'm just going to practice really hard at my archery skills to be this great hunter before the Lord. That is not what is happening here. Let's see if we can look at the word mighty one. What does this say to us? Gibborim. These are giants. Now we're going to look over here at Genesis 11, verse 6. At this word begin over here. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. And check this out. And said the Lord, behold, the people are one, and language one. They have all of this, and they begin to do. Let's find this out. Oh, geez, look at there. Same word. To profane, defile, pollute, desecrate. Ritually, sexually to be polluted. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Let's look at this word for imagined. Zamam. Probably saying it wrong.
Strong's H2161. Zamam. Zamam.
Zamam. To have a thought, devise, plan, consider of the purpose, to consider, fix thought upon, purpose, devise, plot of evil intent. Almost like those guys that was dilly-dallying around before the flood, whose thoughts were evil continually, huh? And the Lord said, behold, the people are one. They all have one language. And this they defile, sexually pollute, change themselves and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. So Cush begat Nimrod, and he became mighty before the Lord. And his beginnings of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Let's see if we can look a little closer at these names of these cities. With my blazing fast internet speeds. Wow. Alrighty. Babel. We've heard of this, right? Erech and Akkad. So we're gonna look at this. Babel. Babel. Babel, or Babylon. Confusion by mixing. Could that be what they did? Could that be what they're doing there? When they're beginning, they're mixing themselves with something else, maybe? Babel, or Babylon, the ancient site and or capital of Babylonia, modern Hilla, situated on the Euphrates. When I saw the name of this city, this modern Hilla, I thought that was kind of interesting because it sounded rather similar to that word that they kept using for begin. So let's go hear it again because I don't know if I can say it. So at the city called Hilla, we have this word Hillel, and I just thought, that's real interesting, isn't it? So Babel. Oops. When I pressed the wrong button. So Babel, we have modern day Hilla. So interesting. So we're gonna note that. And then Erech, see what it tells us. Erech means long. That's interesting. A city 40 miles northwest of Ur, toward Babylon, on the left bank of the Euphrates River. They keep giving like notations on where these places might be, so it always had me interesting how the experts could never locate the plains of Shinar. Akkad. Akkad means subtle. Well, that's interesting. That's the same description that they use for the serpent. He's also subtle. A city in North Babylonia, also the district around it. Akkad. And Calneh. Probably saying that wrong too. Ooh. Fortress of Anu, a city of Babylonia, named among the cities of Nimrod. Maybe modern Nephi, an Assyrian city near Aleppo. Maybe same as one, since it was captured by Assyria in 8th century BC. And that Nefer, I believe that's Nippur. But we'll get further into that. In the land of Shinar. Shinar, country of two rivers. The ancient name for the territory later known as Babylonia or Chaldea. Interesting. I mean, and they keep telling us at least one of the rivers is Euphrates, right? Let's see if we can figure this out. So we've got this first place, Babel. Oops. And we saw that it was this place called Hilla, which has a very interesting, similar sound to Hillel. And now I'm going to figure out how to record Google Earth and show you guys these places because they still exist. Alright, so now we're going to see if we can't find out what Eric might be called today. Oh, neat. We get the nifty AI overview. Thanks so much, AI. Erech refers to the ancient Mesopotamian city also known as Uruk in Akkadian, which is considered one of the most important cities in ancient Sumer, located near the Euphrates River. It is also known as Warka, which is situated in modern-day Iraq. Alrighty. Erech is mentioned as a city built by Nimrod. Thanks, AI. Guess you forgot to turn our notifications off. Alright, maybe we're better now. Alright, let's check out Akkad. Akkad was an ancient city. Oh, whoops. No, I wanted the name, you silly thing. The modern name for the ancient city of Akkad is likely Baghdad, Iraq, or an area between Baghdad and Babylon. Thanks, you nifty AI. Let's do, whoops, Kelna. H. Modern name, okay. Oh, just like we thought, Nippur. The exact location is unknown. Oh, them experts, thanks AI. But some possible modern names include Nippur, Kulani, Kulanhu. Because there were, other guys that did come along. These places being built by Nimrod right after the flood, that was a long time ago. But we can figure this stuff out, even with the help of the silly AI. Alright, praise God. Now we're going to look at the Google Earth and see if we can find these cities of Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, which we found out the modern names are Hilla, Uruk, Baghdad, and Nippur. So we're going to start with Hilla. Hilla. There we go. Hilla. And I've got my map set so that it shows us all of the stuff that's on it. Filter. And just start zooming in. And that is my heat coming on. Quite happy to have it. That's an interesting name right here. Take a peek. Oh, look at that. See what else we can see. This is called Ishtar Gate. I think our Bible tells us about Ishtar. Neat stuff, huh? This is just one little speck that's right here. Okay? We're going to back out. So this is just one little area that's right here. And they want you to see that this is what remains of some ancient city of Babylon. This is just a little part of what it was. These were really big cities. And I would wager that all over this place, under the ground, is what's here, right here, like this. There we go. Let's look at that. This labyrinth of Nebuchadnezzar palace, ancient Babylon. This is just one building. That's it, just one building. These places were really big. And these sites, good old King Neb 1 and 2 had an awful lot to do with the rebuilding of these places. So Nimrod built it first. And so even though this says Ziggurat of the Tower of Babel, this little bit is there, we know it was a lot bigger. This is what's here now. This is what remains now. The current civilization and population inhabiting over the top of it. But these are some of the things that we can see today. Hilla. There's another place. Still in the area of Hilla. If you've never seen some of these places, well, now you have. This is called the Borsippa Ziggurat. This is what is left of this ziggurat. This one's real big. And you can still see all of the mud bricks we just read about with the slime for mortar. They're still there. They got cuneiform writing all over them. They are still there. Good old King Neb wrote on them. He took the remains from the Tower of Babel and made this. So these are the things that we can find in and around the town that's called the Law. Babel. Now we're going to see if we can find Uruk. Says, do you want this office? No, I don't want the office. Golly. Oh, look, it's still in the green place between the rivers. What does Mesopotamia mean? Goodness, look at this place. The ancient site of Uruk, or Erech. This is where Iraq gets its name from. Now we're going to go look at Baghdad. Still between the rivers. Neat. Baghdad's a big place now. I don't think it was so big then. Here's the Tigris River. There's a lot of Baghdad that's built up, so it's hard to see some of the ancient sites from high up in the air. I'm at 18 miles right now. We might have to come back to Baghdad, but we know that the Americans came in here, and the very first thing they did was they went right into the museum and looted it. We're going to go look at Nippur. Fire, okay. Archaeological site, that's what we need. Back south again. There we go. Or archaeological site. Oh. In this one, you can see there's this structure here, and then there's this nifty little neat and tidy one up on the top. Some archaeologists came by and rebuilt that so that we've got a good idea of what it is. So we can't question nothing. I'm telling you, you should question it. This is Nippur, ancient Nippur. Weird stuff going on here, huh? What do you suppose these guys found when they were looking around here? That looks like a shopping center. Not what we're looking for. Alright. Now I'm going to transition from showing you guys these locations here. We can see that all of these places have been within the Tigris River and the Euphrates River. And even to this day, golly, look at this place. It's still green in the desert. Really neat if we come down here. We can find because there was a lot of other cities that came from this beginning that Nimrod started. I think it's here. This is where the Euphrates and the Tigris meet. I don't know if you can read this. Because this is what these guys that were here cared about. Now don't be fooled by all these green leaves behind there. It's just this little twig. The tree of knowledge. Old King Ned planted this here. And it's just this twig with some graffiti on it. The tree of knowledge. Adam's tree garden. They don't got a tree of life because they didn't care about that tree. They just wanted this one. So, we're going to stop, I think, here for this part. Considering Babylon. And I'm going to show you some of the artifacts that were taken out of there.
We're going up to the high places. Going up to the high places. We're going up to the high places. Gonna tear the devil's kingdom down. I said we're going up to the high places. Going up to the high places. Going up to the high places to tear the devil's kingdom down. We've been deceived by the devil too long. Gonna tear the devil's kingdom down. What he said was his has been ours all along. Gonna tear the devil's kingdom down. Hey, 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 hey. Going up to the tear the devil's kingdom down. Come on, play your instruments. Oh, yeah, yeah. We've been deceived by the devil too long. Gonna tear the devil's kingdom down. What he said was his has been ours all along. Gonna tear the devil's kingdom down. Yeah, yeah. Going up, going high places. We're going high, yeah. Going up to the high places. Gonna tear down fear. Gonna tear down fear. Going up, yeah. We're gonna tear down rejection. We're gonna tear down the spirit of abandonment. We're gonna tear down the spirit of shame and guilt and lies tonight, yeah.